And finally, it's the biggest festival in the Channel Islands, Alderney Week, and it's now into its second day. The main attraction of the day is down at Bray Beach, where a sandcastle building competition has taken place, with islanders getting creative for their entries.
Yes, from the simple to the more architectural, and from the plain to the bejewelled with shells and seaweed. The judges always have an extremely tough job.
Well, Phil Welbrook has been casting his eye over this year's entries, and Phil, the standards are as high as ever.
Absolutely. Well, you said creative there, and I think that is probably the key word of the day. It's been an absolute demonstration of the most creative brains that Alderney has to offer. Just a quick glance over my shoulder, I can see a Dalek, I can see a volcano, a plane, a small castle down here. So even though it's a sand castle building competition, be in no doubt, this is pretty much build anything you like that is going to wow the judges. And there have been young children getting involved and people even into their 50s having a go as well. Now, because there were so many people competing, there was a little bit of an inspiration between me and my cameraman Dan to see who could create the best sculpture. But before we even went near some sand, we thought we need a few tips first. So Jack, I'd say it's a fair few years since I've built a sand castle or a sculpture of any kind. What goes into making the perfect one?
Well, you need a bit of a plan. As it's Alderney Week, a long time ago, we're doing a dinosaur. We're doing a stegosaurus. What
actually goes into going from a concept to actually building it?
Well, we did sort of Google stegosauruses, so we got the right idea of how many spikes and where it all goes, and that added an idea, really. We'll put a few ideas in. Oh, well, we'll bring a few buckets of water in a minute and we'll just shovel it down, and when we finish, we'll make some nice shapes on it, some scales on it and shape of the skin.
Off then. So, have a concept.
Yep.
Mark out your space.
Yep.
Start building.
Have a good team.
It's me on my own.
oh, just you?
Just me.
All right. You can borrow my shovel.
Yeah, that's good of you.
Yeah.
I'm already one up on the cameraman.
Apart from that, it's a bit of hard work, yeah. A lot of hard work.
It looks it.
Yeah.
I'll let you get on with it.
All right.
Cheers, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, with those great tips ringing in our ears, naturally we walked all the way out of the way, marked out our plot of land and started to sculpt. A little secret, I didn't really know what I was going into until it started to take shape, but I can finally now reveal after an hour's work that this is what we've been able to come up with. So this is cameraman Dan's design. I think it started off as a lighthouse, and to be honest, I think Dan was probably gunning for something my height, but it's only when I stand in this hole that it gets you anywhere close. But there it is, complete with some scales, rocks, a bit of grass there as well. So a lovely effort there by Dan, even if a couple of times it did start to fall down, but it's standing still, so that's a good sign. And then moving on to the design that I've gone for here. Of course, this is a back-in-time theme for Alderney Week, so I've gone for the first ever Olympic stadium, keeping with the Olympic theme, of course. So complete with a baying crowd, an Olympic torch here just on the end, and two warriors in the middle doing battle. And a small touch for you, just 5 Olympic rings made out of rocks there as well. So the question, who has won? I'll leave it up to you two presenters. Who do you think?
I've got to let you go on the diplomacy on this. But yeah, we can see the finger from Dan there trying to influence. That's very good, Dan. But, you know, we can't be bought, I'm afraid. What are you going to go for?
Dan.
You're
going
to go for Dan?
for me.
OK. It is very good, Dan, I admit that. But I've got to stay solidarity to the reporters as well. I'm going to go 1-1, Phil. Well done, both of you. Absolutely brilliant.
Bravo.
Fantastic.
So good,
yeah.
so good. Well, such a great atmosphere there.